have to go into detail today. Yesterday was the anniversary in the Gregorian calendar, of October 7th. Um, Unfortunately, in the Jewish calendar, too many days like this. Uh, and there's a difference in the type of enemy you face. Those of us who've been to war, we faced a real enemy. It was soldiers. And I remember meeting a member of the Egyptian Third Army a couple years after the war, a few years after the war, and we became friends because I understood he was a soldier, I'm a soldier, and they're fighting each other. Now that's a major difference because if you look in the Torah, a few weeks ago we read Parshat Zachor. It was in Devarim, in Ki Tetzei, about that we have to destroy Amalek. And the reason given, if you read it very carefully, you see what was the reason Hashem told us to destroy Amalek. It wasn't just because he didn't like the Jews. There are a lot of people in that category. It was the way he attacked us. As the Jews were leaving Egypt, they're in a procession leaving Egypt. Amalek attacked the rear of the procession. And who's in the rear? The young. Okay, Ariel, relax. Okay, the young, the children, the women, the elderly, the lame. He did not attack the front, which we would have to face the real guys who could fight. In other words, the reason is he hated God. The Torah says that specifically. To him, the concept of the Jews is it's either me or them. It's either me or the Torah. No in between. There was a fellow who, William F. Buckley Jr., he founded the magazine, the National Review, and he refused to allow anti-Semites to write for the National Review, adamantly refused. And the reason he gave is that anti-Semitism is attack on the Jews. What's the Jewish claim to fame? We had a conversation with God, and that's the Bible. And to him, he was a religious Catholic, so it's the basis of his faith. And he said, if you hate the Jews, you hate God. And he could not tolerate hating God. One of the most brilliant offenses of the Jewish people. So like the enemy we face, although they claim that they love God, in reality, they hate God. They do a Chilul Hashem. They take God's name in vain. Taking God's name in vain doesn't mean that you swear and don't wish to fulfill it. It means that you do a sin in God's name. That's taking God's name in vain. So if you commit murder in God's name, you've taken God's name in vain. And that's what Hamas, Hezbollah, and the Iranians are doing, and the Houthis. And the world has to wake up that we're facing real evil. We're looking at the face of real evil, and some have said they're even worse than the Nazis. The Nazis at least hid what they did. According to the law of Germany, it was illegal for a German to rape a Jewish woman. So in other words, you're dealing now with someone who's even worse than the Nazis. Something to think about, Kaddish Rabbanim.